Hello everyone, this is the great Lord and Master, Osiron the Eternal, or the artist formerly known as the Great Roberto, for a second video in one day. Normally I wouldn't do this, but sort of these two things happened at the same time. But this is what I'm going to call the true Tetractys up there. Now, in case you don't know what that is, Pythagoras had a pyramid shape, and that's one of the ways he justified calling 10 the perfect number. We see that here in this bottom corner. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, that for the bottom row, and then 5, 6, 7 for the third row. The second row is 8 and 9, and then top is where 10 goes. The only thing that makes this Tetractys even remotely cool or viable or anything is the bottom row. That's the only thing you can say, except for one other thing that I'll get into later with the Jews. But the only cool part about this is if you add up 4, 3, 2, and 1, it becomes 10. It's like, ooh, that's the only thing that has going for it, because there's so many other flaws with it. No, and the biggest thing is on the top, the very top of it. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. What the fuck? That takes 2 digits. That's not 1. That's not 1 digit up there. That's 2. So that's the same thing as saying 4, 3, 2, 2. That's it. 4, 3, 2, 2. Which would be 11. But see, that's 2 digits make that. So that's not that's not congruent with the structure of that pyramid at all. For that to be true, it would have to be this, the true Tetractys, which actually has 2 phases. This phase came to me last night almost spontaneously. I've been working on this for a while, but I had it on the back burner. In this other version here, I had drawn up at one other point, but I sort of just let it fall in the background, and then this sort of just popped in my head. And what it is, from the top, when you construct this from the top down, you get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's congruent. That's all single numbers. That's all single digits. We've already seen how 0 can be a 1, how 0 is a 1. The state of 0 is one state, one condition. And then the 9 single digits below that. Now if you do that like that, this row reduces to 3 for 3. This third row reduces to 12 to become 3, and the bottom row adds to 30, and then reduces to 3 for 3. So again, like on the true tree of life, we see 3, 3, 3 to form 9. In this row, unreduced, it adds up to 45, which reduces to 9. Now, if you do it the other way, you can build this from the corner over. You can go on the bottom row 0, 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8, and then 9. If you do it that way, instead of being 3, 3, 3, all the numbers reduce to 6, 6, 6 instead. So 6, 6, 6 by way of 15 on the top two. So then what you do is, if you take those two constructions, if you construct from the top and then the bottom construction, if you fuse them together, you see what we get here. The blue represents the blue, the red represents the red, and they're fused together. 0 is 9, 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, 5 and 4, 6 and 3, 7 and 2, 8 and 1, and then 9 and 0. And then when you mash those together, what do you get? You get 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. And 9 times 10 is 90. 9 and 0 again. So that is that. Now, the Jewish version has another equally fraudulent version of the Tetractys. They use Yod He Vav He to get it, which is another one that's just completely has no substance. I didn't draw the Yod He, the Jewish symbols, but what I did do is I wrote the values in Hebrew of what the Yod He Vav He is. And Yod, as you can clearly see, isn't 1, it's 10. If it was really 1, it would be Aleph, not Yod He Vav He. So that would be Aleph He Vav He, not Yod He Vav He. So Yod is 10, He is 5, 6 is Vav is 6, and He is 5. And how that applies to the rows is the bottom row 4 becomes 26, the third row becomes 21, the second row becomes 15, and of course the top row becomes 10. Now that adds up to 72, and that's another. And still, even with the deceptive math, the fraudulent math, you still can't get away from the divine 9, as the tree of death and stagnation shows, as everything shows. But that comes up to 72, and some people use that as a justification to prove how great Hebrew and the Jews are. Yeah, sorry, afraid not. That's just basically an example of showing how if you use toxic math, you can hijack proper math and make it look good. And that's exactly what it's doing. It's out of sync, but it looks congruent because it's still 1, remember. It's still 1, but it's just a 1 that doesn't acknowledge 0. Because 0 must be acknowledged. Because I've said this 1,000 times, but if you don't acknowledge the 0 in the root system of numbers, why would you ever think you can use it later? There is no such thing as 10 if you don't have 0 to pick from the pool of numbers. Consider this, like a pool of numbers you get to pick from. Well, if you don't acknowledge 0 and you construct the thing using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, where does that 0 come from for the 10? It doesn't exist. You can't use it. If it's not down here, you can't use it there. That's the simplest thing. So this should be very short. The true Tetractys, because it's really self-evident. You got this. You got the construction from the top down. You could say it's feminine. The construction from the bottom up, you could say it's masculine. The fusion of the two, and the product of the fusion is 999. And I'll even do one more thing, just in case there's a 9. 9 times 10 equals 90. Okay, thank you.